All right, let's start. Probably some people are a little bit late, but let's start on time. If you already arrived to mat, lie down on your back. Just let your limbs sprawling out. For today's class, you're probably gonna need 2 blocks or something similar that you can use as blocks. If you don't worry, there'll be options. When you arrived on your back, start softening your gaze. Just focus on the rise and fall of your belly and your chest, which is going to be in rhythm with your breath. If your mind's still wandering, maybe start paying a little bit extra attention to the connection between your back and your mat. The back of your hands, your heels, the back of your knees. Simply stay here and take long breathing. In Sankhya philosophy, there's 3 gunas: sattva, rajas, tamas, which are the foundation of all existence, according to ancient yogic philosophy. Sattva means purity, light, peace, and other similar things. And rajas represent energy, movement, speed, and tamas represent darkness, dullness, inertia. There's no good or bad of each one of these guna. They're simply quality. They're always intertwined with each other. So today we're probably gonna focus a little bit more rajasic physical movement, because our body has been kind of in a tamasic mode due to the holiday and the cold. But in the meantime, we still want to maintain our mind to be in a kind of tamasic, even sattva mode. After this breath, take one more long inhale. And exhale, let it all out. Cactus your arms over your head so your chest a little bit more opening. And start walk your feet to the left side and walk your arms to the left side as well. So imagine yourself like a cactus that bending to the left side. Let your right side body grow. And if cactusing your arms is not accessible to you, feel free to straighten your arms over your head. Option to hook your left ankle over your right. Press your right shoulder blade down into the ground. And come back to center. Walk your feet to the right side. As well as your arms. And hook your right ankle over your left. Press your left shoulder down. And let your left side body grow. Walk your everything back to center. And hug your knees into your chest, rock side to side. Whenever you're ready, bring your hands, interlace your fingers, and bring your hands behind the back of your left knee, and kick straight the left leg. Roll around your left ankle. Extend your right leg long as well. Touching your big toes perhaps. Press your low back into the ground so there's no arch underneath your low back. And focus on that. Even that means you might have to bend your legs a little bit. And start slowly lower down your right leg toward the ground. And lift that back up again to meet with the left. And lower your right leg down. This whole time make sure that you pull your navel toward your spine, pull your spine toward the ground. Couple more rounds. Next time when your right leg is up, release your hands and start slowly release both legs down. Maybe pause halfway. Pull your navel toward the spine and slowly release both legs down. Bend your knees into your chest. Reestablish the connection between your low back and your mat again if you lost it. Press your low back, your tailbone into the mat. And clasp your hands with your right pinky outside this time. Bring it behind the right knee and kick straight the right leg. Make sure that your tailbone is still on the ground. And touch that right big toe with your left. And lower down that left leg toward the ground. Bring it back up, touching big toes again. And lower it down. A couple more times along with your own breath pace. Last time when your left leg is up, Release your arms. Raise them by your side and start slowly release your both legs. Pause halfway. Take one big inhale, pull your navel towards your spine. Next, just start slowly lower both legs down. Before you touch the ground, draw your knees into your chest. And if you have blocks, bring one of the blocks the nearest way between your thigh bones. Maybe the other block, the second narrow way, and put it between your feet. If you don't worry about it. Just imagine there's something between your thigh bones. You can also put a rolled up pillow or blanket between the thigh bones. Hands can be by your side, hands can be behind your head. Extend both legs long. Squeeze your legs into those blocks. And release your legs halfway and all the way down. But instead of bend your legs in, lift them straight up. And release them down. Keep pushing into your back, the blocks, activating your inner thighs. Slow with control. Last time. And lower it down. Bend your knee in. And this time, keep your knees right above your hip joints. Your shin bones are parallel with the ceiling. Reconnect your low back and the mat again. And drop your knees to the right side. Gaze to the left. Continue squeezing into those blocks. And come back to center. Next, drop your knees to the left. Come back to center. Next, drop to the right. Need to move a little bit. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release to the left. Push your right shoulder down. Couple more sides on rounds on each side. Notice that your obliques are being activated as well when you're twisting, especially when you're trying to bring your knees back to center. When you're done with the left side next time, inhale, bring knees back to center. And stay there. Option 2, open your knees outside, so you're dropping your feet toward the ground but not touching it. So we're opening this hip crease space. Option 2, stay here. Option 2, from there, slide straight both legs. And bend it back, but not back to the 90 degrees, only to the point that where your hips are open. Twice more like that. Slide open your feet and bend back in. One more time. And bring your knees back to 90 degrees. Remove the blocks if you have them, and hug your knees in. Whew. Release your right ear to your right side. Roll your ankles. So in a active restive mode. Release your left ear to the left side. Switch direction of your ankle rolling. And cross your ankle, rock back and forth. We'll meet in table pose. In table pose, make sure your wrists are right underneath your shoulders and your knees are right underneath your hip joints. And move through some rounds of cow and cat. Option to flip your palms. Add some deep wrist stretch. Whenever you're ready, come back to neutral and start walking your hands to the front. And melt your chest toward the ground. Make sure your hips still right above your knees. Puppy pose. From puppy pose, walk your hands to the left side. Just like in the beginning of the banana pose we did, but this time we flipped around. Breathe into the right chest in the space under the right armpit. Walk back to center carefully and slowly. And walk your hands to the right. Walk your hands back to center and start walking your hands towards you, back into table, and straighten both legs into high plank. If this does not suit your energy level, feel free to keep your knees down into a knee high plank. Otherwise, press into your heels, press into hands. You can add some circles around your wrist. Knees up or down, bend to your elbows, move to chaturanga, and push back straight into high plank, and push into downward facing dog. Walk your hands back towards your feet, keep your legs straight, and slowly roll up. And exhale, bow forward towards your legs, Uttanasana, and walk your hands toward the front into high plank again. Bend into your elbows, no more than 90 degrees, and push straight back into high plank. Bend into your elbows again, elbows hugging in, and push back straight. Last time. And push back into high plank. And push your tailbones toward the sky, downward facing dog. Walk your hands towards your back. Slowly roll up. And exhale, bow forward, Uttanasana. Walk your hands to the front. Back into high plank again. Last time, I promise. This time we'll go for 5. Knees up or down, your option. Bend into your elbows. Push back. Straight. Your pace. Press into your palms and press your shoulders away. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Walk your hands back towards your feet. And this time when you're rolling up, come up to the balls of your feet. Interlace your hands, point your fingers toward the front, and start slowly. Stay on the balls of your feet. Start slowly lower your knees down to the mat. Slow, slow. And lower your knees down. Release your left hand to your left heel. Bring your right arm by your right ear and push your chest open. Push your pelvis toward the front. The other side, right hand on your right heel. Left arm by your left ear. And push your pelvis toward the front. And sit back. Hands prayer in front of your heart. Come stand on your shin. Push into your shin bones. Start shift weight into the right shin bone. If this does not work for you because it requires a lot of balance, and you can also go to down dog. Otherwise, shift weight into your right shin bone. And carefully lift your left knee up and step forward into a low lunge. You can bring a blanket underneath your right knee for padding. You can also fold your mat a little bit in for extra padding. Extend your arms into a T and straighten your left leg. Melt your chest towards the left leg. Pull the left toes towards you. Bend into your left leg again. You can release your hands to the ground if you need extra support. Otherwise, straighten your left leg again. Melt your chest toward the leg. Bend into your left leg again. One more time. Straighten your left and chest down. Bend into your left leg. Hands can be down, can be on the blocks. If your hands on the blocks, perhaps turn them into the highest height. And lift your back knee. So it's the top of your right foot on the mat. Bring your hands to your heart. Prayer. Push the back of your right leg toward the sky. Engage the right quads. Your hands on the blocks. Bring the blocks to the front of the mat. Otherwise, drag your right leg and lift it up into Warrior 3. Lower down your right foot, come into with the left. Fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold over the legs. Roll up. Exhale, bow forward into Uttanasana. Step left and right into high plank. Walk your left hand forward. And walk your right hand forward into a hollow plank. Still, pull your navel toward the spine. Engage your quads, push the back of your legs toward the sky, and walk your left hand back underneath your left shoulder, right hand back. Push into downward facing dog. Walk your hands back toward the foot, and roll up with on your balls of the feet again. Interlace your hands with the right pinky outside this time. Point your fingers toward the front. Bend into your legs. Stay on the balls of your feet. Release the knees down. And this time, bring your hands on your sacrum, bend your elbows, hugging them toward each other, and puff your chest up and use the hands to push your hips toward the front. Baby camel. Come back to center. Bring your hands square in front of your heart. Shift weight into your left shin. Lift up your right leg. Step your right leg to the front. Lower your pelvis down into lunge. Tee out your arms. And straighten your right leg. Bend into your right leg. Straighten your right. Last time. Next time we bend into your right leg again, find the blocks if you know you need it. And if you're backing up, so the weight is in the top of your left foot. Bring your hands to a prayer. Keep pushing the back of your left leg toward the sky. Engage your left quads. Option to slide into supported warrior 3 or warrior 3 if your hands are in prayer already. Release your left foot down to meet with your right. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, bow forward. Right and left into a high plank. From high plank, option to lift your left foot up to hip height. And pull the left heel into your left sit bone. Re-extend it. Release your left foot. Lift up your right leg. And pull the right heel into your right sit bone. And re-extend your right leg. And push into downward facing dog. Step your left foot to your left arm. Spin down your right foot, about 45 degrees to the right upper corner. Bend into left leg, arms by your ears. Come all the way up into warrior 1. Push into the right pinky edge. Hands down. Step your left foot back. Because we did so many chaturanga already at the beginning, so we're just gonna release our knees down. You can move through cow and cat. You can also come into camel. Your option. And push back into downward facing dog. Right foot to your right thumb. Spin down your left heel. Arms forward and up. Come all the way up into warrior 1. Bend into your right leg. Release your shoulders away from your ears. Hands down. Step into high plank. Option to skip vinyasa. Option to go through cow and cat or camel. Or other back bend choices that I did not mention. Three rounds of breath here in this downward facing dog. To give yourself a moment of tamas. You can come down to child pose with too much on your wrist. Bend into your legs, step by step, a hop forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, sit into chair, arms forward and up. Come all the way up, hand to your heart center. And sit into chair again.
Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step right and left into high plank. Same thing, skip your vinyasa or cow and cat or camel. We meet in downward facing dog. Step your left foot to your left thumb. Spin down your right. Arms folding up. Come into warrior one. Push into that pinky edge of the right foot. Hands down, step into high plank. Release your knees down. Back bend of your choice. It can be chaturanga if you feel like your wrist still can take it. Bring your right foot to your right thumb. Come all the way up. Framing your right foot with hands. Step back into high plank. Back bend of your choice. Can be a full camel at this point. You're totally warmed up for that. We'll meet in this steel downward facing dog. On the next exhale, bend your legs step by step, half forward. We'll float one more round of Sarya Namaskar B together. Sit into chair. Come all the way up. Of course, you can also go through other traditional salutation. Sit into chair, inhale. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step by step, or hop into chaturanga. If you're hopping, make sure you bend your arms first and straighten into high plank. Unless you're going for chaturanga, upward facing dog. Bring your left foot to your left arm, arms folding up. Both hands down. Step into high plank. Back bend of choice. Make sure you hug your elbows towards each other. Push into downward facing dog. Right foot to your right thumb. Step down your left foot. Arms forward and up. Hands down. Step back into high plank. Knees down. Come into back bend of your choice or skip it. We will all meet in downward facing dog. Switch side. From downward facing dog, lift up your left leg. Bring your left knee into your left elbow. Kick the back. Left knee to the right elbow. Extend it back. Left knee into the left elbow. Into the right elbow. Back to the left. And kick out to the left side. But keep it lifted perhaps. And lower your left foot down into a fallen triangle. Extend your right arm up. Bend your right leg, bring your hips into your right heel. Straighten your right leg again. Release your right hand down, release your hips down. Doing a hip stretch. Chest facing. Press into your palms, which is going to bring up your left leg and step your left foot outside of your left hand. Stay here for a moment. Pull your right heel into your right sit bone and reach back with your left hand and grab the right foot if that's accessible. Forward bind. Release the bind if you have it. If you're back knee up, just like the beginning of class, you're on the top of your right foot. And bring that right foot, the right knee, tap it to your left behind the left calf. And extend your right leg up, hands on the ground into a standing split. And bend your right leg again, but this time straighten, let me face this way. Straighten your right leg to the left side. And right hand down, left hand up. Hands down. Lift up your right leg again. Release your right foot down. Walk your hands to the right side. And fold over the legs. Hands to your hips. Start slowly, come all the way up. Bend into your left leg, your right leg straight. Bend into your right, straighten your left. A couple more times on each side. Next time when you bend into your left leg again, straighten both legs, clasp your hands, and reach the clasp toward the ground so you're opening your chest toward the sky. And slowly fold over the right leg and reach the clasp of your hands toward the sky. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and bend into your left leg and start turning your chest toward the left leg and come up onto the ball of your right foot. You're in a humble warrior. Perhaps do not rest your chest on the top of the left thigh. Option to stay here. And also start shift weight into your left foot. Lift up your right leg. You can release your arms down into supported warrior 3 or standing split. Wherever you are, press your hands into the ground and come up onto the ball of the left foot. You can stay here. You can also add some hop and hop the left foot toward the back. It can be many mini steps. It can be a good big steps. Some handstand hop. Release your right foot down. We meet in downward facing dog. Release your knees down. Come into child pose briefly. And whenever you're ready, take your time though. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Lift up your right leg. Draw your right knee into your right elbow. Kick straight the right leg. Right knee into your left elbow. Kick straight that right leg. Right knee into right elbow. And to the left elbow. Going back to the right. And shoot it out to the left side. Extend your left arm up. Forward triangle. Bend into your left leg. Bring the hips close to your left heel. Press into the right palm. And come all the way back up. Left hand down. Release your hips down to the ground. And tuck your left foot. Bring the right foot outside of your right hand. Release your left knee down. Option to stay here. Or pull your left heel into left sit bone and reach back with your right hand. Grab the left foot with the right hand. Release the bind if you have it. Come up to lift your left knee up. Come up to the top of the left foot. And draw the left knee into your right, behind the right knee. And extend your left leg up into a standing split. Bend into the right leg again. Extend your left leg straight out to the right side this time. Left hand down. Right arm up. Just stretching that right outer hip. Both hands down. And kick up the left leg again. Release that left foot down. Walk your hands to the left side. Fold over the legs. Hands on your hips. And slowly come all the way up. Hand through prayer. Bend into your right leg. Straighten your left. Skandasana. Bend into your left. Straighten your right. All around on each side. Pull the toes of the straight leg to you. Last time when you're up, parallel your feet. Clasp your hands with your right pinky outside this time. And dive your chest down to the ground. Reach the clasp of hands towards the sky. Bend into your right leg. And turn your chest towards the right leg. Come up to the ball of the left foot. Humble warrior. You can release your hands down on the ground on the blocks. And launch into warrior 3. And lift your left leg up into a standing split. In a standing split, press your palms into the ground and come all the way up to the ball of your right foot. So your pelvis are almost over your shoulders. You can do some handstand hop here. Or directly hop your right foot to the back of the mat. And release your left foot down into a downward facing dog. Release your knees down, passing through your child pose. Whenever you're ready, we'll meet in downward facing dog again. Lift up your left leg. Bring your left knee into your left elbow, into the right elbow, and kick it out this time. And this time, try to keep it lifted the whole time. Lift up your right leg, right arm toward the sky. Bend into your right leg. Press into your left palm. Straighten your right leg. Right hand down. And step your left foot outside of your left hand. Release your right knee down. This time you can continue stay on your palms. You can also come down to your elbows into full lizard. If you want to come down to your forearms, but the floor is too far away from you, you can bring the blocks underneath your elbows. From there, you can bend your right leg again and grab the left foot with the left hand. You might notice more intense quad stretch here if you're on your elbows. Release that right leg. Lift your back knee up. And bring that right knee into the space behind the left. And lift up your right leg into a standing split. And release your right foot down. Walk your hands to the right side into a wide leg fold. Hands on your hips. Slowly come all the way up. Heels in, toes out. Hands on the top of your thighs. Inhale, reaching up through the crown of your head. And exhale, dip your right shoulder down. Gaze toward the left, come all the way up. Dip your left shoulder down. Dip your right. Dip your left. One more time on each side. And straighten both legs. Prepare your feet again. Clasp your hands with your left pinky outside. Reach down to the clasp and puff your chest up. Slowly dive down toward the ground. Bend into your left leg and turn your chest towards the left leg. Come up to the ball of your right foot. See if this time you can train yourself to keep your hands behind it. And launch into your warrior three. Release your hands down. Keep lifting up the right leg. Press into your palms. You can come up to the balls of the left foot again. You can do some handstand hop here. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Remember to passing through that child pose if your wrist is feeling a lot. In downward facing dog, lift up your right leg. Bring your right knee into your right elbow and to the left. And kick out straight that right leg, but keep it lifted away from the ground. Left arm up. Bend into the left leg. Come back up. Left hand down and step your right foot outside of your right hand. Bring down your left knee. You can stay on your palms. You can also come down to your elbows. You can revisit the bind by bend into your left leg. Grab the left foot with your right hand. Release the bind if you have it. Come up to your palms again. And lift your back knee. And draw the left knee into the space behind your right. Next, stand the left leg up into a standing split. Option to bring both one hand or both hands to your right ankle. Simply let your chest fall down. Lay your left foot down. Walk yourself to the left side. Fold over the legs. Hands on your hips. Come all the way up. We'll do something different in this round. Bend into your right leg. Come up to the ball of the left foot. Extend your arms out into a T. Kind of like a high lunge. And face your chest toward the left side again. And bend into your left leg. Into a high lunge, but the opposite side. Turn your chest toward the left again. Bend into your right leg. This is creating mobility in our hip space, hip joints specifically. We move a couple more rounds between sides. Next time when you bend into your right side, come back to center. Clasp your hands. Reach the clasp your hands toward the ground. Pop your chest up and fold over the legs. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Bend into your right leg. Turn your chest toward the right leg. Humble warrior. Perhaps keep your hands clasped this time. Gotta be careful so I do not crush myself into the desk. And launch into a warrior 3. Option to release your hands down into a standing split. Option to bring one hand or both hands into the ankle for standing split. And if you like to try handstand hop again, press your palms into the ground. Come up to the balls of your right foot. You can stay here. You can also just try some mini hop and try to land lightly. We all meet in downward facing dog and child pose. In child pose, clasp your hands and roll your wrists, especially if you've been on your palms. And whenever you're ready, come all the way up. So, couple of options. If your wrist already kind of burned out, you can simply lie on the back and stretch your legs up into a waterfall pose. Or simply stay in child pose. And if you feel like your wrists are perfectly warmed up, you can come into crow pose. Crow pose, bring your hands to the ground, shoulder distance in front of you. If you're afraid of dropping, face planning, which is usually fine because you're not falling from really high point, but you still can put a pillow or blanket in front of you, so you can prevent that. One option, lift your knees way up into your your armpit and rock maybe bring up one foot close to your sit bone and another. You can do this on the block as well. And if you feel like you're ready, your palms can take the weight, rock into a Bakasana. Pull both heels into your sit bones. That is one option. And if you like to try further inversion, from crow, release the crown of your head down. Keep hugging your elbows towards each other. And reach your feet toward the sky. Keep pulling your navel toward the spine. And release down onto your elbows again. That is another option. Go play with it. And if you feel that is not enough for you, you can also do more of the handstand hop or even handstand. Handstand, make sure that your hands are shoulder distance. Press your weight into your palms. Lift up one leg. Use the strength of the back of the leg. Kick toward the sky. Aiming toward the wall, but that's not our goal. It's just there to support us. And also bend the top leg. Your choice. Whenever you're ready to come to the more tamasic part of the practice, come to down on your hips. Bend your right leg. Bring your right foot close to your left sit bone. And cross your left leg over the right knee. Hook your right elbow outside of your left knee. Bring your left hand behind you. And turn your chest toward the left side. Chest come back to center. Keep your legs where they are. And release your hands to the right side. Maybe even come down to your elbows. Come all the way up. Forgot to remind that you probably want to hop onto stack the blanket, especially for the coming pose, which is Gomukhasana, cow face. So you're already, your left knee kind of stacking over your right. Drag your left foot closer to your right sit bone. Reaching along to the crown of the head. Press your sit bones into the ground and start walk your hands toward the front, hand to your fingertips. Melt your chest toward the stacked knees. Drag your scapulas away from each other. Take a more long breath. Start walk the hands back towards you. Between side, you can come into low lunge. You can also bring hands behind you. Bend your legs. Push your hips up into reverse table. So we're opening that hip crease space again. Release down. You may want to hop yourself onto a folded blanket again. Bend your left leg. Bring your left foot close to your right sit bone. And cross your right leg over the left knee. Bring your left elbow outside of the right leg, right knee. Bring your right hand behind you. Kind of resistance. Kind of like when you're doing a laundry and you want to dry the piece of cloth that you're turning. Like using the opposite force to twist it. Inhale, reaching long through the spine. And exhale, twisting toward the back of the room. Come back to center. And release your forearms to the left side. Pull yourself up and stack your right knee over your left into a Gomukhasana. Press both sit bones into the ground and start walk your hands toward the front. Melt your chest down. And tend to your fingertips. Walk your hands back to you. Release your legs. We'll pass through a reverse table or low lunge, your choice. And come all the way down to your back. On the back, you can slide a block underneath your sacrum, come into supported bridge pose. You can also clasp your hands, roll up onto your shoulders into an active bridge. Press your pelvis toward the sky and press down into the mat through your shoulder blades. And release all the way down to the ground. For a second round, we can come into bridge pose again. If you like to try fish pose, extend your legs long.
Bring your hands and the hip underneath your hips, your palms. And press into both elbows, which is going to bend your arms. And press the chest up. This is an active fish pose. A little bit more back bend. And if you still want some back bend but do not want an active fish pose, you can bring a block underneath your shoulder blades and then another block behind you to catch your head, supported fish. Just gonna give you same chest opening. We're gonna be here for a moment. And if you feel like you still have so much energy that you want to burn, you can come into wheel pose, which you are totally warmed up for that. But because we did so much work on our wrist, so perhaps today is the day to try forearm wheel. To get to forearm wheel, bring your hands behind your shoulders, hug your elbows towards each other, lift your hips up, and come on to the crown of your head. And from there, bring your elbows down, frame the crown of your head, and lift your pelvis up, press your chest toward the front. Walk your feet away from you carefully. Whenever you're ready to come out, hug your knees into your chest. Bring the block into your thigh bones one more time, but this time do not squeeze it. It's simply there to be supportive. And bring your hips slightly to the left side and release your knees to the right side. Extend your arms out to the left side. Let the block support your left leg. Come back to center. And bring your hips slightly to the right side. Release your knees to the left side. Extend your right arm out. You probably already close your eyes or soften your gaze, but imagine your eyes still falling to the right side. Back to center. Next, sprawl out your limbs. Close your eyes if you haven't done so. Shavasana. Please feel free to stay if you like to. Otherwise, bend one leg another carefully. And roll up onto your right side. Use your left hand to support yourself up. Comfortable seated pose. Take one big inhale. And exhale out. If it resonates with you, bring your hands to prayer gesture. And bow your head toward your heart. Thank you so much for practicing with me tonight. And that was a wrap up for 2020. I'll see you in 2021.